With that down, let's move on to this, shall we? Speaking about TV shows returning, I've said it. I said I've always believed there's going to be a Ted Lasso season 4, and it now looks like there's going to be a Ted Lasso season 4. Deadline is saying Ted Lasso heads towards season 4, green light, with an option pickup for 3 core cast members. Now, this is a little technical, but I'll tell you why it's important and significant. So Deadline wrote this. Ted Lasso fans, this is not a drill. In a major step towards the long-awaited 4th season of Apple TV's hugely popular soccer comedy, the series studio Warner Brothers Television has picked up the options on the 3 original cast members who had been contracted under the aegis of the UK acting union Equity, according to sources that tell Deadline. They are Hannah Waddingham, who plays AFC Richmond owner Rebecca Walton, Brett Goldstein, who plays hardman Roy Kent, and Jeremy Swift, who plays Director of Football Operation Leslie Higgins. After securing the trio, the studio is expected to start reaching out to Ted Lasso cast members with SAG-AFTRA contracts whose options had expired. So they will need to make new deals. Okay, this is why this is significant. By picking up the options, because we always talk about around here that it's all well and good when a studio says they're planning on doing something, or they're working on something, or they're developing something, right? That's all fine. And sometimes those things come to fruition. Sometimes they don't. But when money starts changing hands, that's when things are getting a little bit more serious. And by picking up the options for people like Hannah Waddingham, Brett Goldstein, Jeremy Swift, money now has to exchange hands. You don't just get to pick up options for nothing. By triggering their right to exercise an option, they also trigger that they got to start writing some checks. And when money starts changing hands, that's when things are a bit more serious. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, wait a minute, that's all well and good, but without Jason Sudeikis, without Ted Lasso, there's no Ted Lasso. Deadline points out something very key. They said this: starting the process for a season 4 greenlight indicates that the main Ted Lasso driving force on and off screen, Jason Sudeikis, is on board for a new installment. Because remember, he was the writer, one of the main producers as well. It indicates that he is on board for the new installment, as the studio would not have even proceeded without his go-ahead. So they're saying, all right, they've already picked up the options for those 3 main cast members. They wouldn't have even started this process unless they had already been talking to Jason Sudeikis. And the showrunner had already mentioned, hey, at the moment Jason says we're good to go, I'm back to run more shows. They've already said that everybody in the cast wants to do it. Now remember, going all the way back to when the finale happened for Ted Lasso, we pointed out that a week or 2 before the finale, the series finale, it had been listed as Ted Lasso series finale, Ted Lasso series finale, Ted Lasso series finale. Well, about a week before the finale aired, they changed the language. And they changed from calling it the Ted Lasso series finale to the Ted Lasso season finale. And then that's the verbiage they used all the way through. The season 3 finale, the season 3 finale, not the series finale, the season 3 finale. Now, a lot of people said they weren't 100% sure if they were going to come back, but I love this news. I personally think this is a great sign. Look, the thing about Ted Lasso, and I admit, I almost tapped out of Ted Lasso after the first episode. I didn't think the first episode was all that great.
It was a little silly.
Yeah, it felt a little like the whole series is a bit silly, but it didn't.
But it didn't land. Like the whole sparkling water thing and all that. I was like, that's kind of weird, but everyone loved it.
So, but my wife convinced me that we should keep watching it, and I'm so glad we did, because it is one of the warmest, wonderful, joyous shows that I've seen in a long time. And again, there's no big villain in the show. I mean, people will quick to point out, well, wait a minute, her ex-husband is kind of the villain. Well, he's a jerk in it. and Nate becomes a jerk. Sure, but there's no big evil thing that everybody's out fighting against. It's just good people doing good things, trying to accomplish a goal together. And don't get me wrong, I love great villains and I love great conflict stories, but it's nice in the midst of all those other ones to have a show like Ted Lasso.
It was my palate cleanser after House of the Dragon.
Oh, that's a good one. Cleanser. And really, it's the show that put Apple TV on the map, right? I mean, in many ways, morning show should have been that, but it never quite caught on, never caught the pop cultural zeitgeist like Ted Lasso did. And it really got them moving on. So, guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Gametime. My wife Ann and I love going to events, whether they're comedy shows, concerts, an LA Lakers game. I mean, just the other night we went to go see Ronnie Chang and it was awesome. We love having these new experiences and new memories. And our sponsor Gametime makes getting tickets for concerts and events faster and easier, even if you don't buy tickets right away. Because prices on the Gametime app actually go down the closer you get to the show start time. With killer last minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Gametime takes the guesswork out of buying event tickets. I couldn't believe how easy and most importantly, intuitively, the entire app works. Finding the event I was looking for couldn't have been easier. The way it lays out the map of the venue, letting you know exactly where the seats are that you're looking for, and how easy the process was to choose and buy those tickets. So don't worry if you think you're too late to get tickets to that big event you and your friend want to go to. They have last minute deals. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, whatever. So guys, take the guesswork out of buying concert tickets with Gametime. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the code Campea for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code Campea, C-A-M-P-E-A, for $20 off. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Anyway, guys, it looks like we are indeed going to get a Ted Lasso season 4. We don't know when, we don't know how long this is going to take and all this other kind of, which cast members can return, which won't. But whatever you guys think about this, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.